This is always a very special night for us, and we're going to kick it off this evening before dinner's brought out with a very special award. We're a fairly young company, but over these 15 years, we'd have the privilege to have some amazing leaders be a part of our group. And a few years ago, we decided to start what we call a Lifetime Achievement Award. And so every morning when our staff comes in, they walk by what we call the Wall of Fame and say, "Good morning, Debbie Miller. Good morning, Jerry Butler. Good morning, Mike Langen, Jerry Kautzman, Jerry Truman." These are the five that have won up to this point. Someone said we should name it the Jerry Award because there's been 3 winners that have named Jerry, and tonight will be no exception. So we're going to honor a very special individual tonight. You're going to hear about him on a clip that we put together, and he has, his story is truly an American story, an entrepreneur spirit. In this room, there's a lot of very strong individuals, and what we do a lot of times lives on, and this is the case. So we look for individuals that have made a difference in their company, certainly, in our company, in the industry, in their community. And it is our privilege and our honor tonight to pay special tribute to Jerry Caputo. So let's roll the film, please.
We were both very young when we got married. When he did find a job installing carpet, that's probably what both of us thought he would do the rest of his life. But there was always something in him that he knew there was something else for him.
My father started off installing carpet and installed and had an opportunity to go work for Carpetland after working retail with a small shop, and that's just escalated in him to management and having the opportunity to open his own franchise.
Well, I've probably known Jerry longer than anybody here except his family, and I started working with Jerry back in the early 90s when he was Carpetland, and I used to go up to Carpetland Corporate and deal with those people there. It was a different organization, Rick Meyer and Dave Ciccinelli in those days, but I remember Jerry as being an extremely hard worker, motivated, great product guy, and just extremely professional.
I guess I'd start out by saying that I would describe Jerry as being very driven, extremely honest, very transparent, and he is a humble individual. But he's fiercely loyal, he's a great friend, and if I describe it, maybe it's a little bit chubby too.
My mom and dad always had a goal of owning their own store, and that came true in 1993 when they got the franchise in Dothan, Alabama.
At 50 years old, he sold his house, he cashed in his retirement to open his own business, which at my age, I can't imagine doing that.
We sold our home, we packed up everything, and came down with all of our eggs in one basket and just kept our fingers crossed it was going to work.
It proves him to be the risk taker, which I have a special respect for. And secondly, that he took one culture, as it were, and transcended to a different geographic culture and, of course, a different end of the part of the industry, and made that transition successfully.
We opened up the store. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was his office gal. And when we had our grand opening, our store was flooded with people, flooded. The salespeople, who most of them were locals and had worked in carpet all their life, they were dumbfounded. They'd never seen anything like that.
I mean, really, Jerry's story is the heart of the entrepreneur. It's what built America. It's the dream. It's hey, I'm going to take a risk. I've grown up in this. I've looked around it, but I'm going to put all my chips on the table, because it was so strong inside of him. He could do nothing else but that. He had the vision. He had a desire. And so he put everything at risk. Here he's got a young family, he's got a house, and sure, him and Marge together made that decision, and look at the result of it.
Carpetland of Dothan will always be my dad's store. We've grown that and we've taken it to the next level, but without the foundation, without that store, we would not be where we're at today.
The things that I see is that when Jerry was running the business, everything was very professional. Everything was done the way it should be done. The expectations were high. The customers were the most important thing. And Bob has continued that on. When you go into Carpetland, everyone is treated with the utmost respect. The customer is the most important thing, and the store is just run the way a store should be run, and that all started with Jerry years ago.
To come from off your knees to owning a store and have the opportunity to have this lifetime achievement of what he did over the course of his career. But one of the greatest things is seeing where Bobby and what he's been able to teach his son and give to Bobby and watch where Bobby has taken the store to these heights has absolutely been awesome to watch. And I think that is the biggest lifetime achievement that any father could ever have, is seeing his son succeed.
I think Bob looks up to Jerry for quite a bit, and Jerry's been obviously a great mentor and left him a great foundation to build his business off it even further. Once again, you can tell where Bob puts a huge emphasis on his people, for the people who work for him, and I think that's a huge characteristic that Jerry had.
The thing I liked about Jerry is when I went in, it was like a friend. He would always ask how I was doing. He would always ask about my son, who was also on the floor covering. To this day, he still asks about my son. How's he doing? How's the family?
Well, one of the things that definitely stand out is he has a very unique way to throw a phone into a wall. It gets message across in a certain way that demands a little bit of respect. But on a serious note, he always followed through with anything he ever put in front of him. He was very, very structured. His people, he treated his people very well, very good, and not a lot of turnover. He had a lot of structure when it came to the sales staff and his employees.
Whether it's in the business atmosphere or in a personal atmosphere, just a fun-loving guy, very passionate individual, and believes in what he believes in through and through, and very convicted in those beliefs, and will fight for what he believes in.
Several years ago, there came a decision. We were at a meeting whether Carpetland was going to join with our group or not, Alliance Flooring and Carpets Plus, and Jerry stood up in the meeting and said, "Heck, let's do it, guys. This is good for us." Real stand-up guy, and he made things happen.
If something wasn't right on a job, he made it right. It was irrelevant whether the customer was right or wrong. If the customer wasn't happy, he wanted his name, Carpetland, not to be associated with anybody saying, "Oh, you don't want to go there."
His laugh. I mean, at the heart of Jerry is a kid who just has a good time. I think part of what, if I would say one thing I learned from Jerry, is have fun while you're doing business. Just be yourself and realize it's people touching people.
Behind that tough skin is a very caring, loving person. That's not shown all the time, but he very much cares about what everyone feels, and he wants to make sure that he could give everybody an opportunity to succeed or do better. He's always giving in that way.
Jerry, congratulations. You really do deserve this award, and I just feel a privilege that I'm a part of this, that I'm even being interviewed, and I look forward to many more years working with Carpetland, and I know you're going to be there with us from time to time, and thank you very much for me being a part of your life.
Jerry, I just want to say thank you for all the years of support you've given me personally, and also for Alliance Flooring and Carpetland and Carpets Plus Color Tile. It meant a lot to us.
Jerry, congratulations on a career full of success and prosperity. You've definitely been a role model for myself and a lot of other younger Carpetland guys in the trade. And if we can hurry up and get this darn tribute video out of the way, love to buy you a drink at the bar. Congrats.
Jerry, congratulations. This reward is deeply deserved, and it's really nice to see a nice recognition like this to such a nice person. Congratulations to you and Marge.
Jerry, congratulations. I will never forget the times sitting at your house playing ping pong, the laughs we've had watching awards presentations and comedians. Thank you for all the memories. Thank you for everything that you've done for the Carpetland name, the Carpetland brand, and our family in Alliance Flooring.
My dad has provided a wonderful life for our family. I'm very proud of him and everything that he represents. Getting this Lifetime Achievement Award is such a great honor. You earned it, Dad. You deserve it, and I love you.
Jerry, you have my most sincere and heartfelt congratulations on this accomplishment. You have earned it. You deserve it. I'm very proud of you, and God bless you.
You're a great businessman. You're a strong family man, and you're a reliable friend. And I smile every time your name comes to my mind. Every time we pick up the phone and talk, it's like we just talked, you know, a couple days ago, even though months have gone by. So it is a great privilege for us to have the opportunity to give you this award. Well deserved. Congratulations, and thank you for who you are.
Dad, our family, Julie and I and the kids, want to really congratulate you. You may not think you deserve this, but it's something that's more than well deserved for you. We're very, very proud of you. Thanks.
Well, Jerry, it was a long, sometimes rough ride, especially in that Toyota Celica, where neither one of us could get out. But I'm extremely proud of you. It's a wonderful year for us, and I love you very much.
Jerry, Marge, Nikki, Bobby, come on up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little weak in the knees right now, and just extremely humbling. And to give thanks to the Alliance Group for making this happen, and everyone here. I just I can't hardly talk. But none of this would have happened without my better half here, with my wife, side by side. When we went to Dothan, Alabama in '93, if I put in 15 hours a day, she put in 16, and she was right with me all the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you.